Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Mary and I live in Colorado, and I'm out here in my garden on this fine fall day. Well, today on this episode of Rocky Mountain Gardens, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 ideas for decorating your home for this autumn 2020. Now I wanted to be sure to let you know that and to encourage you, I guess I might say, not to have to go out and spend tons of money on your decor. I take things from my bins of different seasons, even Christmas lights sometimes, to use in my decor, which you will see in these 10 ideas. Now, also, I do my shopping after the season to purchase things for the following year, at a very deep discount, 80 or 90% off. So that's a tip that you should look for this autumn. If you missed my fall tour for this year, 2020, I'll put a link to it right up here. And you might notice that in that tour, as with these 10 ideas that I'm sharing today, I use many of the same elements, and I just move them around in my house and design them or style them a little bit differently to make it look new and fresh each time. So let's go ahead and get started on those ideas. Some years I really do up my coffee bar, and last fall I did a sort of an extravaganza for my coffee bar, including homemade iced pecans. I used both coffee pods and hot cocoa pods, and also apple cider pods for my Keurig. And then in this little canister you can see here, I used a ginger snap sign so my friends would know, and family, what was inside it. And they're in that airtight container. And I also got these chocolate covered espresso beans. Yum! Oh my goodness, they were so delicious. They were a favorite for everyone. And of course, there you see the iced pecans. And let's see, in this little container I placed a fall candle. It's a Yankee Candle one called Autumn Wreath, and what a lovely fragrance it had. And then of course we had to add some fall decor, like this quilted pumpkin and some fall picks, just to bring home that whole idea that this is a fall coffee bar. And guys, when you're putting your little vignettes together, don't be afraid to move things around to make them look just the way you want them to. Sometimes things don't look perfect when you begin to place them, but you can always move them around and get them set up just, so they look lovely. Stand back and take a look at your design, and you can really get a picture of what it looks like from afar, and it helps a lot. So here's my finished coffee bar with my creamer, my red cow creamer and sugar. We have our special fall napkins and a lovely gray checked mug for my Keurig. And I just think it looks fantastic. Next, we will take a look at the fall vignette I did featuring apples, which, apples are a fruit that ripens in the fall, so I think they go really well. I took this basket, this is an old Longaberger basket that I spray painted white, and I put in my apples that I got at Hobby Lobby for, of course, half price. All of us frugal shoppers always shop the sales. And then I have a little truck and my Hello Fall sign. And I always, and you'll see this in my other designs, I almost always use green. It could be green ivy, but some sort of green to, I think it sort of, what's that word, complements the fall colors really well and makes your design look more natural, like it does outdoors. Here I am adding some more apples to my design and also some fall daisies. With that white color, it really is striking against the red and the green foliage. So I think it adds a lot to my the look of the entire vignette. And I want to show you here, we're going to get a full look as I stand back and show you the entire design. Here it is from the back, and you'll see I placed it all on a tray. And I got this idea from Denise Jordan, one of my good friends here on YouTube, and she often does these kitchen vignettes on a tray so that you can just pick up your tray and move it when you're cooking or, you know, need that space for your company. And so here it is. I just think it was a lovely, lovely styled tray. If I do say so myself, sorry. Well, now we're going to move into my dining room where I am styling my hutch for the fall using a very nice long fall garland in the front, and then you can see I'm placing other pieces like this welcome sign up there. And here's a really pretty ceramic gourd, I think it's a gourd, and placing it on this little pedestal to give it some more height so you can see it from down below. And lastly, I'm going to add this lantern, and I tied an orange checked bow onto the top of it. And lastly, another piece, I guess I could say, of that vining ivy to contrast with all of the orange. And then I'm just clipping it off, and there you are. The top of my hutch is all done. And then I have this shelf here in the middle of my hutch that I decorate for all the different seasons. And there's my really unusual gray fox. Just love him. Goes with the colors I was using for the design this year. And you can see I have some ivy as a background on this, a large white pumpkin, and that really cute sort of Halloweenish looking plate with the crow and the pumpkin on it. Love that. It's just such an unusual plate for the Halloween season and fall season. And there's my beautiful sisal owl. And I have had some people ask me where I get those animals, my woodland creatures, and I find them at all of the different craft stores. You just have to sort of keep your eye out for them. And they're made of a material called sisal. I know they make rugs from sisal too. So they have kind of a rough texture to them, but they're just fabulous in the fall. And as you can see, I've been adding some picks to this design as well. And like I said with the coffee bar, don't be afraid to move things around. If they don't look exactly right the first time, you can pick something up, change it up a little bit, and your design will be fantastic. I am so excited to show you this fall tablescape that I did using this garland, which has white pumpkins on it and white sunflowers. And then I have that pedestal with that velvet orange pumpkin on it that is just stunning. And then I'm adding more picks and pumpkins scattered throughout the design, and even some grapes. I love grapes in the fall for my decorations, I guess, for autumn. Because, you know, grapes are picked in the fall as well. And there you are. There is my design on sort of a turquoise blue tablecloth, which I've mentioned this before, but I do love turquoise and blue with my fall colors. I really think it brings out those fall shades of orange and red, yellow, brown. They go well together. And there it is with my candles burning, my flameless candles. Just looks delightful in the evening. Let's move on to my basket that I'm going to put together here for you. And that is a wicker basket that I actually wove myself when my daughter was a little baby. I took some basket making classes, and I love these baskets that I actually put together myself. As you can see, I'm using the color purple in this basket, and I do love purple as well with my fall colors. And it's a little bit unusual, but you should try it. I think, you know, if you have some purple flowers lying around your home, you can add them to your fall decorations, your little what are they called? Bouquets, sort of, that you put together. I think it really adds a touch of an unusual color and brings out, again, those fall colors. Like I said, blue can do the same sort of job. And I have tons of pumpkins. My daughter calls me the crazy pumpkin lady. And but I have tons of them, and I like it because when I'm creating something like this basket little design, I have many to choose from, different shapes and different colors, and I can work with them and move them around until they give me the look that I would like for my design. So you know, go out there and buy those pumpkins when they're on sale, or from the Dollar Tree, of course, too. Perfect spot to buy a lot of these, especially the smaller size pumpkins. Now this right here is a bouquet that I got from Michael's, I think about a year or two ago, and that little bouquet, I just pulled it apart to spread out the florals and the greenery in the bouquet and make it look more natural, and then place the whole thing right there in my basket. And guys, you know, the rule is buy it on sale. And to finish it off, I added some fairy lights, and you could see I put the battery pack under some of my pumpkins, and then I just sort of wound the fairy lights around in and out of the flowers and pumpkins, and there it is. You can see it put together, and I have it on a small white stool here in my dining room. And you can see I also used green in this design as well. That is a philodendron, that stem that I bought at Walmart. And guys, those only cost $3. They are such a bargain. You can cut them apart if you want to use them to make, you know, use them several places in one design, because they're quite large and just wonderful. So I hope you like this basket. Well, next we're going to be talking about decorating the mantel. And I had bought this pip berry garland with only white berries and pip berries on it from Hobby Lobby. It's one of the least expensive places to get these when they're 50% off. And I took this strand of ivy and wove it back and forth one way and then the other way, and I just tucked it in between the branches of the berries to get this look. And I'm taking it over now, as you can see, to my mantle to place it. And I do have some command strips on my mantle, so I kind of connected it to the command strips to make sure it didn't fall off of my mantle as I was decorating. And then I'm using one of my favorite fall signs here on the left side of the mantle, and some candlesticks on the right side, and then a single candlestick over here on the left by my sign. And then of course we're adding some candle rings and also some candles that you will see here. Now for my scarecrow in this little American Girl doll chair that he's going to be sitting on my mantle. And in addition, I added a pumpkin on a pedestal. And now I'm adding this turquoise ceramic pumpkin right next to the scarecrow. And lastly, we're going to be putting some florals and berries on the ends of the mantle to sort of make sure the whole design is balanced. So we're using white flowers and then these orange, I don't know what kind of berries they are, that they are. If anyone out there knows what they're called, I'd love to know. You could tell me in the comments down below. And I'm bending these, I'm showing you here. If you bend your stem, you don't have to necessarily trim it off, and then you still get that sort of cascading look off the corner or anywhere on your design that you want to do. It's a great technique. On my hearth here, I am adding a white pumpkin with some ferns on this galvanized bucket, and then this really pretty turquoise ceramic pumpkin as well on the left side of the hearth. And on the right side here, I have this general store wooden box that is so much fun to decorate. And we're going to start with a bush of ivy that I have sort of fluffed out. And oh my goodness, look at this cute little red fox. He can sit right here on the corner of the box. And next we'll make a quick bouquet using this little bottle. Well, I guess it's a jar, and it has, oh goodness, I can't think of what that's called. Mercury glass. The mercury glass look. And we're adding some greenery and white flowers along with our traditional fall colored little bunch. That makes a really nice look in a bouquet. And there you are, we're adding it to the box on the left side. And next I have a lift that I'm putting in the center there to stand that cute little scarecrow on. And lastly, a nice orange pumpkin. And guys, here it is, my fall mantle and hearth all together. I hope you like it. How to decorate a sofa table. Well, here you can see I'm putting some pumpkins on my bottom shelf, and I do have some books there as well. And for the top, I'm going to have a candle with a tray, and the centerpiece for this tray design will be this darling rooster, just I think my favorite and perfect for fall. And as you can see, I'm adding some purple hydrangeas into this design. And again, we're spreading out all the stems and sliding it in there. Next, we're using more of this philodendron that I simply adore from Walmart that I have mentioned. We're trimming off the stem and placing it around the back, and you see how you can just bend these stems to be whatever shape you want. So if you are new to florals in design, the materials you're working with are very tough, and you can really pull on them and move them around to be more full and fluffy and nice looking for your vignette that you're maybe creating. More pumpkins, even a broken one. I don't know if you saw that one had a little hole in it. Oh, but we can hide it, no worries. And here's a cute burlap one. And then I'm going to be adding some white. As you know, I enjoy white in with my designs. And there it is. Looks fairly good, I think. Oh, and we can also add some grapes. I love this turquoise iridescent pumpkin, and of course this little pumpkin which says give thanks. And here it all is with the candles lit, and as you can see on the top I added a few more items, including that cute little hedgehog. And then I think we'll take a look at the bottom shelf as well here in just a minute. And I've added more florals down there and another little fox. Can't get enough of those foxes in the fall. I thought you all might enjoy seeing a tiered tray design that is specifically for Halloween. I didn't want it to be too scary because, I have little children over at my house all the time. And so I used a lot of pumpkins on my table here, as you can see. And then I have this cute ceramic white owl. And these very orangey looking, I don't know, sunflowers, I guess. But guys, one of the things I love the most, since Halloween colors are orange and black, is I used 2 of these very large black feathers and had them kind of looping out of the tray, as you can see there. And then I also had a black feather boa, just in my sort of costume closet where I have things like that. And I wound that black feather boa around the, I think I just have it on the middle and the bottom tray. And then of course you can see these little wooden figures, a little white ghost and a cute little jack-o'-lantern. And I also placed fairy lights in the tray and wound it around the 3 levels. And I have some of the fairy lights behind the jack-o'-lantern, you can see there, to have lights coming from his face. And around this back side here, I did add a couple of succulents along with more pumpkins. A nice sparkly orange one there, more florals. And then coming down here, let's see, I guess I'm giving you a close-up here of the black feather boa. But I also wanted to give you a look in the evening when it's all dark. And of course, the most scary thing in that design is the skull. I thought, well, my grandsons can handle that since they look at dinosaur bones all the time. My last idea for autumn decorating is a cozy corner. Now this idea I got from Arlen at Arlen's Country Craft corner, or I think it's Country Craft Corner. I'll put a link to her channel down below. But in any case, Arlen has done these cozy corners in her home for a while. So I designed this one a couple of years ago, and as you can see, I used this very cute sign, and I added a garland around it with these fairy lights. And you might notice the fairy lights look a little bluish, and that's because they are cool white fairy lights. And I just thought they looked fantastic in this design with a lot of the blues that I used, and then contrasting with the orange again. And you can see there that I have one of my indoor house plants, an English ivy, and I really enjoy using house plants in my holiday designs if I can. So I have a plant stand in the back there, the brown one that is an old wooden box. And on that white stand is like a little stair step that a friend gave me, and I painted it white. And then you can see I have a galvanized pitcher there with a little bouquet of flowers, including more of those purple hydrangeas. And using, some orange pumpkins, and you can see more of my houseplants also there. I really think they add a lot, houseplants do, to your decor. So if you thought about getting interested in adding houseplants to your home, you may really find them enjoyable. And they are known to keep your air cleaner within your home if that's something that interests you. So there's my bouquet with some white berries. I really like that look. And friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video and that you will consider subscribing to my channel, and give me a big thumbs up please if you have enjoyed seeing all of my ideas for fall decorating. Lastly, here's a picture of my corner at night with the lights off. And don't forget, please subscribe, and I would love to hear from you if you could tell me what your favorite design was. See you next time.